Hello, I'm Refashionista Sheri, and if you love upcycling and creating your own unique style, you are definitely in the right place, and I highly recommend subscribing because I put out brand new vintage Refashionista thrifty flippy DIY videos every single week. And if you're not sure where to get started, go ahead and check out my Refashioning 101 e-course. Absolutely every single thing you could want to know, I have packed into that course so you can start your eco-fashion journey on the best foot. And it's all so super simple. I mean, as I always say, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So speaking of doing it, let's get right into today's tutorial. Do you guys remember these two projects? If not, I shall link the tutorials down below for you, but this was the leftovers from my upsizing a plaid maxi dress tutorial, and this was the leftovers from my DIY Franken sweater patchwork tutorial. I don't know what I called it anymore. But today, we're gonna combine these into an absolutely fabulous new garment to prove once and for all that you can indeed keep those leftovers from your projects and then make something totally awesome out of them. So let's get making. Okay, so I'm hoping this is gonna be pretty easy because I pretty much have the back of this sweater left over from my previous project, and this shirt is missing the back. So I'm pretty sure I can put the back of the sweater onto the back of the shirt and hopefully I'll have a completed shirt. But of course I'm going to do some other tweaks and stuff as well. So let's just get started. So the very first thing I have to do is chop off all of this bits of excess fabric that are remaining on the back of the sweater. So I have chopped off that excess fabric that was around the sides here, and you can see I did leave the thick seam that basically finished off the edges of this knit, simply because I don't want it to fray. I may end up chopping it off later, but right now I've left it there because, yeah, I don't want to have to deal with fraying knit. Okay, so now I have my shirt inside out laying flat on my table, and I think I'm just going to try to puzzle the back of the sweater together with the shirt. Okay, so I'm just going to take the easy way out and line up the shoulder seams from this back of the knit sweater with the shoulder seams of the shirt here, just to get my really basic area of where I have to stitch it together. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make my life even easier, and I'm going to put this inside the back of the shirt, you see, with the collar area lined up here, and that is super simple now. Now all I have to do is stitch the sides together, right? Does that make sense? I think that makes sense, but I think I'm going to first chop this to size just to make my life even easier, so let's do that. Okay, so I took this out of the shirt and I have the shoulder seams lined up once again, and now, you see, there's my little mark area where the back of the shirt got chopped. I'm just going to fold that down, very easy, and now I'm going to chop out this piece. All right, so now that is going to be lined up there nicely with, of course, the right sides facing. But the issue I have here is the area where I chopped the sleeves off of the back of the sweater doesn't really match the area here where it's missing just this little bit of the bottom of the sleeve of the shirt. So I'm just going to do that little trick again and fold it over and then chop this out. And I should be able to, match that up pretty well. And the same over here. Once I pin it all together, I will definitely have a better idea of where I need to chop stuff off. But for right now, this seems to be working. So I'm going to do the same thing I did here over on the other side and then pin it together. And then we'll come back and see what it looks like. All right, it is all pinned together now, and I think it is actually going to come out really well because this sweater got smaller on the bottom. So I think it's going to actually pull in the sides of this shirt and make it a little bit more tailored because this will be pulled closer to the back. So let's go stitch it all together and then see what it looks like. All right, so I have stitched on the brand new back and chopped off these little bits of excess that were around the edges. So now let's flip it right side out and see what it looks like. So because the back of the shirt was longer than the knit fabric on the back, I had to go ahead and of course chop the front to hem it up, but now it is pretty much evenly equal. And I didn't just do that, I also took the collar that was left on the back knit piece and chopped it in half, and then I created some fancy new cuffs out of it for my groovy shirt. And now it's definitely time to go try this on and style it up. Do you love this? This is okay. It's not one of my greatest refashions ever, but you know what? For taking two leftover pieces and putting them together, I think it came out incredibly well, and I'm particularly pleased with my imaginative use of the collar here. But you know what, you let me know down below what you would have done with this. I think my refashionista brain worked pretty well on this one, and this shirt was actually a bit too tight on me, but now with the stretchy back on here, it fits and it's comfortable. Not exactly my style, but it's comfortable. And you know what time it is, guys? It is a troll time. That's right, troll time is back and coming out blazing with Guy. So let's see what I'm doing wrong this time. Ayo, I'm Guy. And as you know, I handle logisticals and security for Refashionista Sheri. And we're back doing troll time again because I guess we gotta, because people still aren't learning. And the interesting thing about the troll time today is it's on kind of an older video from Sheri. And the video was done in May of 2021, so that's a little while. But I guess luckily it's evergreen content. If you don't know what that is, that's like an evergreen tree. It's green all the time. It's always useful. And let's look at the comment here. It's from UWE5955. And all it says is, enemy to humanity. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, what the heck video did Refashionista Sheri put out there that would make someone call her an enemy to humanity? Well, you know what? Let's have a look at it. Vaccinated and it feels so good. Vaccinated 'cause I understood, like wearing a mask, it protects more than myself. So go get vaccinated 'cause it doesn't hurt, but it helps. This is a person who doesn't agree with, wearing masks and vaccines and all, healthcare stuff, I'm guessing, which, fine, have those beliefs, but don't go around and spreading them and putting them all on other people. We can all believe what we want to believe. Some of us can be logical about the things we believe in, and some other people aren't logical, which is, I guess, whatever. It's human, right? It's humanity to turn a phrase from UE5955. Anyway, I don't understand, and I'm never going to understand why this was such a huge issue, and I still don't get it. Refashionista Sheri's had all the vaccines. Of course she has. She is a cancer survivor, and maybe you didn't know that, but you know what? Who cares if you didn't know that? You still don't need to go around saying mean shit and just be an asshole, right? There's no need for that. Just let people live, man. Let people live their lives. All she's doing is putting out cute and fun tutorials, DIYs, and some awesome little short videos too, just to have fun with it. Why do you gotta ruin it? I don't understand trolls. I'm never gonna understand trolls. And if you want to explain down below, feel free. But I'm still not ever going to understand. And hopefully we won't have to do too many of these. But if we do have to, then, you know, she's got her whole staff who's there to answer. And there's a whole playlist now. And there's an epically long video even if you want to check out all the troll times. And maybe you can learn something. Learn something about Refashionista Sheri. Learn something about yourself, more importantly. And maybe take some of the advice that her staff here is putting out there. And you know what? Until next time, stay safe, stay well. And of course, we will catch you on the zigzag. And again, stop trying to tell people what to do with their bodies. It's ridiculous. If it's not your body, you can't tell someone what to do with it.
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.